This episode is sponsored by Buffalo Stuff. Everything Buffalo, all in one place. And Western New York Event Starter. Planning an event in Western New York? Start here.
What's going on, everybody? It's Hydra here from Wingman Gaming. This time we're bringing you another Destiny piece. This is going to be talking about all of the new things that will be coming up in the next update. So we're going to walk around the tower here, and I'm going to show you some things that some of you probably didn't see. They just released a new live stream talking all about it. It's up on YouTube if you want to go and see it. I'll probably put a link in the description so you guys can get the full thing from them. I'm just going to do a couple little highlights that I think are important based on what I saw. So there's a lot of questions that Deej and two of the other guys that are pretty big, or the big guys who designed the game, were giving us a lot of really cool stuff. So once we get to the tower, I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys some really cool stuff that they told us about. Which again, if you want to go see the whole thing, it's about an hour-long video. I'm going to touch on all the important things that I find to be important, but I definitely recommend going straight to the facts and getting what they exactly want you to see. So you'll see in the video that they start right here. Here's my Warlock, just in the Nightfall. It's Omnigul, just to let you guys know, it's Omnigul. And it's Voidburn this week. So right off the bat, we're here in the tower. We got some pretty important things to check out. The first thing that everybody's been asking is what's up with the vaults. So we're going to go right over here to the vaults. We're going to show you what the vaults look like now. I'm sure you've all seen this screen here. Some really cool big things that they brought out for the vaults. Mainly this one here, the armor category and the weapons category, those are both going to be doubled in space. Which, if you play this game, I mean, you can see that I don't really use my weapons a lot. I usually just break a lot of them down, mostly because I only use one character. But both spots will be doubled, so you get plenty of extra room here. Also, on the general side, this side's going to stay the same. It's only going to give you 24, but you can see, like me, you have a lot of these shaders and emblems. Well, the good news is those are not going to be stored in your vault anymore, so you never have to destroy those or get rid of those if you don't want them. So we're going to go over there and check that out. I think that the vault space is pretty awesome. It's going to be a great addition. So if we go over here to the where the speaker is, the speaker is going to have some brand new stuff that you can go over and you can get. But right here where I'm staring at this wall, it's right there, you're going to have a kiosk type of thing. It's going to kind of look like the bounty boards. Like if you go by the bounty guy, you're going to see that there's that board that he always stands next to. This is going to have like a little kiosk, and it's going to be for emblems and shaders. So any emblem and any shader that you've collected, you've bought, anything, it's going to be stored in a collection system right here that you can access at any point in time. So you never have to store them in your vault ever again. You never have to clutter up your inventory. You can just come up right here, hold X or square if you're a PlayStation user, and you can go over and just select it and take it out of the inventory right from there. I think that that's pretty awesome. So the next thing that they touched upon, now again, this is not in order of the way that they touched upon them. It's just the way that I organized them in my brain. So the next thing that they talked about is these numbers here. Your level over here and your light level over here. Those are all going to change. So basically, again, you should go and check out the video. They explain it in way better terms than I'm going to explain it here, but this is the basic way of doing it. This number here is not going to be a level 20 anymore. If you're whatever your light level is now currently, so if you're a 34, 33, 28, 29, all of those numbers, those are going to now turn into this number here. So your level is going to be your light level currently. What's going to end up happening is your light is going to be added up from all of this. So all your weapons over here, all of your armor over here, including these, your class armor is now going to count towards light defense, and they're going to have different abilities and perks for using those. So these aren't going to be useless things anymore. Even your ghost is going to have defense and light on it. So they're revamping a whole bunch of stuff. But all of that stuff is going to combine into your new light level, which is going to look something like your defense level here, where it just combines everything that you have for defense and adds it up. This is going to count for everything that you have that has light value to it. So your weapons that have it, your ghost, your class, your armor, all that stuff is going to add into your light level, and that's going to depict how powerful you are. So if you watched the Gamescom video that Deej was on with IGN Live, he says something, and this is still, some stuff is still up for tweaking. They might not come out exactly, but he said something that there will be, on missions now, there's going to be a recommended light level, not only a recommended level, but a recommended light level as well, which I think is something that would be really important. It's going to be really cool, especially with all the brand new weapons that are coming out. It's going to be really cool. So while we're here in this menu, just something to touch upon real quickly is, you'll see up here, I'm switching the tabs up there, if you can see them, right up there. There's going to be a new tab called Quests. You're going to have quests for the different factions that you're aligned with. You're going to have things from Ikora and the other vanguards. There's a new one that I'm going to touch upon a little bit later that you're going to get quests for that are really cool, and I'm super excited for. But those quests, they're going to actually give you some, it's going to tell you right away that you're going to get what drops you're going to get, so you can get legendary drops right away. Also, some of the older missions, all of these will tell you a little bit more if you're going to get guaranteed legendary. There's some hints about getting some, there's certain things that are going to give you legendary drops. Super cool. This spot right here, your bounty spot, you're now going to be able to hold 16 bounties, not just 10 anymore. So, and on top of that, you're going to be able to redeem them from anywhere. You no longer have to go back to the bounty tracker to go over and redeem your your bounties. All of those missions, you don't have to go back anymore. You can just redeem them from this menu right here. You'll be able to, it's going to look a little bit differently, but you're going to be able to go over and just turn them in right from here. On our way to the next one, we're going to talk about also, there's a new thing going to happen where you can go over and track bounties. So I know we all hate having to, where am I on my bounties? Now I got to wait for this to load, wait for this to load. Now I got to go scroll over each individual one. I don't remember the exact number. I think it's about 5 or 6 that you can track at a time. But when you track them, all you have to do is press your select button. You can go over, and in this menu on the right side, right over here where that ship is, you're going to see the bounties that you're tracking. And it will tell you exactly how much more progress you need to do to get to that point. So here's our next little guy right over here. I'm sure we all love this guy. If you go over to the Cryptarch now, you're going to see that it's pretty crappy stuff. And that's even with a 17, which I know isn't great, but I would be hoping I would be getting a little bit better engrams. All of this stuff here, yeah, that's going to be replaced. It's all going to be turned into legendary engrams that you're going to be able to buy from him. So that's super cool. I believe there's going to be some quests that he will give you once you get to a certain level.
Come back soon.
So, other thing, this might be one of my favorite things that was come in. You're going to be able to go to the gunsmith now. One of the most unused things, like everybody comes here, you might buy some of these just to get some weapon parts or something, but mostly you're coming here to go over and do some of this, and get your synthesis or your telemetries and stuff like that. Well, now, there's going to be a reputation right here for the gunsmith, and you can do quests for him. He's going to have all new weapons that are going to be prototype weapons. This whole menu here, it's going to change. They're going to add so much stuff to it. But you can order specific weapons that he'll have next week in advance, so you just log on and you get it. Also, you're going to have prototype weapons that you can use and you can get from him, and that will start, like, it's almost like an exotic weapon quest if you had one of those. It's almost like that. It's not going to give you an exotic, per se. There might be one that's there for that, but currently they're just prototype weapons. So it's gonna be super cool to go over and get his rating up. So we'll love that. So let's go down here, down to the Vanguards, which is another place that nobody really goes to. Real quick before we get in there, when I was watching that video, I did see, and I don't know what this is, they didn't talk about it at all, so you could start the rumors spreading. But right here, in this little spot that I've always thought should be a kiosk, or some sort of person should be standing there and you should be able to buy stuff from them or something, that actually is true. There was a guy standing here that had a green diamond over his head when they were doing their missions and stuff, so I don't know what's going to be there, but there definitely is going to be something here at some point. All new stuff for the Crucible. I don't really play the Crucible, so I didn't pay attention too much to it. You can buy ghosts now from these guys, as well as the speaker. Yes, ghosts are coming back in. You can now buy new ghosts, and you can buy them from Lord Shaxx here. He's got all new weapons and new bounties and stuff like that. It's pretty easy. The level cap has now been changed to 40. They're getting rid of all sorts of stuff, so it's not going to be hard to get to the thing now, and now you just have to play the game and you can level up. So there's no longer waiting to, like, I mean, I just got back to 34. I just changed these for these gloves, and it seriously took me, I don't know, a couple days just to get the etheric light to go over and do that. So there's no more waiting for all that stuff. You actually just get to go over and play the game, and as you play, you'll rank up, which I think is a pretty important thing to add here. So you might be asking, why are we down here with the Vanguard? Well, right on this wall here, where I'm looking, and same thing on this wall here. Some of this stuff is going to be moved a little bit, but as you can go over and you see here, on this side is going to be exotic weapon blueprint or exotic armor blueprints, and on the other side is going to be exotic weapon blueprints. Now, some people don't really understand what these are, so I'm going to try to explain it the best I can for you guys. These are basically if you've ever earned an exotic. So let's go into my menu here. You can see all the exotics. So you see I got a helmet here. I also do have exotic gloves. If you go into my vault, you can see that too. I've got the Galahorn, the Truth. I just got the Dreg's Promise yesterday, Patience and Time. Like, you can see all these different weapons that I have here. Plenty of weapons up here. All of that stuff is now saved into what would be these kiosks that are going to be on either side of the wall here. So let's say, and I'm not going to do it now because it's not up yet, but let's say I accidentally dismantle this. Now you can see I can't because I've locked it. If you don't know how to lock something, if you press Y on it, you can see right there that there's a little thing called lock. So you can go over and click on the right trigger. I don't know what it is for PlayStation users, or I'm sorry, not the right trigger, the right stick. You can click in on that and it has locked this. So I cannot, if you see, I cannot go over it. Every time I try and destroy it with my X button there, it's just flashing red, meaning I can't go over and do it. I've locked every single one of my items. You can see right here too that it was to say that you can unlock it. But let's say you haven't done that. The new update comes around, you accidentally go over and destroy your Galahorn. Or you destroy your Truth, which is going to be kind of questionably which one of these will be better come the update. But let's say you destroy it on accident. Oh no, my dog stepped on my controller for a whole 10 seconds and destroyed my item. That's a joke that they use in the video, so you can go over and watch that for a better version of that joke. But anyway, if you destroy that, it will if you've earned it, it will automatically be saved, or if you bought it. Don't freak out if you've bought the Galahorn. I bought the Galahorn, it's fine, it still counts. As long as you've gotten a exotic thing, it will be saved in one of these two kiosks that will be right here, and they will be able to go over and you'll just be able to take it back out again. So I think it caused one exotic shard, and I don't remember, I didn't screen cap it, but it's caused a couple glimmer, by a couple, a decent amount of glimmer, and it will also cost you one exotic shard. and maybe something else. I'm not exactly sure. You can watch the video to get more information on it. And then you can just pull it out again. Or, let's say, like I have a friend who's gone over and really wants this thorn. Really wants the thorn. Even though they're going to nerf it a little bit, wants it really bad. But he's got the bounty on a hunter class, and you can't switch the bounty. And he's just having all the trouble in the world trying to get those Crucible Void kills. So, what he could do is, as long as he earns the thorn once on one character, he can just go over and buy it for other characters. So you can have up to 3 characters on an account, and like I've earned the thorn. So what I can do is I can, to my other 2 characters, I can just go over and buy the thorn back, and I can buy it 2 more times if I have enough stuff, and you can go over and buy it for your other 2 characters. Now, something to point out with this is that it is very important that exotic shards are now very important. So you're going to want to start buying your exotic shards from Xur, so you can get those exotics and everything else. Here's another bit of stuff. It's not on my notes, so let's hope that I can get it all. But with your characters and your new leveling thing, so I have a level 7 Titan, alright? Nothing special. I stopped using it. Just didn't feel like ranking it all the way up again. There's going to be 2 ways that you're going to be able to rank up your characters. So let's just take a look at my vault here. You're going to see that I got a bunch of stuff. These are my exotic gauntlets that I traded out for the exotic helmet that I'm wearing now. But I've also got this for the Titan, this for the Hunter. So I got 2 things for the Hunter and 1 thing for the Titan here. And then I got all this extra stuff that's not really going to help me much. But the point is, it's going to take all of your armor for your, I believe, for your classes. They didn't really explain how exactly it's going to work. But if you have a character that's under level 25 or whatever, they're going to go over and they're going to take all of the armor and all of the weapons that you have in your vault and on your character, and they're going to just kind of, through some crazy mathematics that they've figured out, they're going to go over and they're going to figure out exactly where your character would be if it's had all of that armor and weapons on it, and that's what the level of that character is going to be. Now, here's another really cool thing. You're going to go over, let's say you're brand new to Destiny, you're watching this video, you're excited for all the cool stuff that's coming out, all the brand new weapons that they're hinting. Let's say you're just going to get the game and play it. Don't worry, they're going to give you, the minute you start here and you come to the tower on the 15th or whatever day the DLC comes out. I've heard multiple different rumors, but I'm sticking with the 15th. That's what I heard from Deej the other day. So you're going to come to the tower, and inside of your inventory, you're going to see right here, inside your inventory, there's going to be a new consumable called a Spark of Light. And that Spark of Light is going to be able to get 1 character all the way up to level 25. So you can still enjoy the Taken King with your friends if you're brand new, or if you want to start a new character like me, totally digging that Hunter's Bow that's coming out. I'm going to go over and I'm going to start a Hunter class, but it's going to start me at level 25 with appropriate gear and weapons. So what that means, I'm not exactly sure, like what constitutes appropriate gear and appropriate weapons. But as you can see, I'm set up for my Hunter class. I got some boots, and I got a weird looking bug helmet here. I don't know what either of these do, but yeah, you can see this is upgrades to double jump, and I got this one here, which does all sorts of cool stuff. Your golden gun zooms in for accuracy when aimed. Not gonna really use that one too much, but it's gonna be really cool. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. Oh, with the exotic weapons. Alright, so, and I believe this is true for exotic armor pieces as well. They're coming out with all this new stuff. Don't worry, your exotics, like my helmet here, it's still going to be good. They are going to have year 2 models of all your stuff, or most of your stuff. They didn't say all of it. I don't think there's going to be like a year 2 Galahorn or anything. But I have the Suros Regime here. You can see there's a year 2 model of that I believe you just have to pay some Glimmer and an exotic shard if you've already owned it. It's important to say that if you already own any of these that have a year 2 model, if you already own them like I do, you can go ahead and get the year 2 model for an exotic shard and Glimmer. And the year 2 model is just going to be able to go over and bump up your gun's damage a little bit. It's pretty awesome. So I would recommend starting to buy your exotic shards as best you can. They're going to change some of the numbers and stuff. Just ignore me while I'm just checking out what guns they have here. Nothing that I want. So they're going to change some of the numbers on your guns. Don't be terrified. It's still going to do the same damage. The number, all the same stuff is going to happen. They're just changing the numbers on it to make everything work. They said in the video that it's basically just them switching over, kind of like the metric system is all it is, going from the Imperial system to the metric system. They're just, numbers change, but everything still really just stays the same. So, other than that, guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope this gets you as hyped for the new update as I am. I strongly recommend that you guys go over and watch the full video so you guys can get some questions going. But if you guys got questions, just leave them down in the comments. I'll try and answer them as best I can. But other than that, guys, I can't wait for the update. Can't wait for September 15th. I'll see you guys there.
Don't forget to pick up your copy at any of your local Oogie Games stores or online at oogiegames.com. That's OOGIE games.com.